Survivor Series 2021 gave us some really nice wrestling and a golden egg. What's up with that? You have $100 million golden egg, yet you released half of your roster. Are you nuts? Well, the egg was stolen, and Vince suspects talent. The good news is, now, it won't be that hard to find out who stole the golden testicle. Yeah, Survivor Series is one of these pay-per-views, typical WWE pay-per-view. Terrible build, but the wrestling itself is really nice. Now welcome back to the channel everyone, how are you guys doing today? You might be wondering why the roster is so impressed by Vince McMahon's schmeckle. Yes people, Vince McMahon is watching my videos and Vince McMahon is clicking that like button. You can do the same, thank you very much. I know it's random, but I kinda have to admit, lately I felt pretty insecure, and that's one of the main reasons why sometimes I just can't make videos. It really sucks, I never really talked about it, but it's something that I struggled for quite a while now, and that's honestly for me the worst part about being a YouTuber. That's the most difficult part. That's why I actually didn't see Survivor Series predictions. I recorded a video, it was really boring, it was really shitty, and I decided not to upload it. The good news is I basically predicted 80% of the matches. I predicted the sole survivors, Roman Reigns, even Becky Lynch. Now I wish I did upload the video. For whatever reason, WWE decided to do the Intercontinental Champion versus United States Champion Shinsuke versus Damian at the kickoff show. And it kind of devalues the mid-card championships even more. The fact that we had a 25-man battle royal on the main show, and this was on a kickoff show, says a lot about the mid-card championships. Damian Priest was not playing around. He got annoyed by Boogs, he broke his guitar, smacked him in the head, and completely lost his mind. He even smacked Shinsuke Nakamura with a broken piece of a guitar, I think, and the match ended in disqualification, meaning that Shinsuke Nakamura won the match. Yeah, that was kinda underwhelming, but it's basically saying that Damian Priest just turned heel. And that is great. This man definitely needed some kind of a change. He's a tall, intimidating dude, but when I look at the guy, all I think is, it's Bunny's cock. The main show kicked off in a very big way. Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. The debut of Becky Two Butt Cheeks. I'll admit, at first I didn't care. I just couldn't get myself excited about this match again. It's a match we've seen way too many times. The story sucked. Very forced. So honestly, I couldn't care less. But it took me like 20 seconds into the match, and I felt like this could potentially be the match of the night. Just like this, they changed my mind. It was a very intense match from the beginning. I guess WWE knew that not that many people are interested in this rivalry, so they decided to, start the match in a very unique way. As a matter of fact, this match was so good, crowd absolutely loved it. We got so many "this is awesome" chants. It's definitely a match that surprised me the most. And I'm not saying that this was the match of the night, it's pretty clear which match was the match of the night. All I'm saying is, I didn't care about this match whatsoever, but I can't believe how they just changed my mind in a couple of seconds. Charlotte tried to win by using cheap tactics, referee saw it, but then Becky does the same thing. The referee didn't notice that, and Becky Lynch takes the W. I've heard there are some backstage problems between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. If that's the case, well, let's just say they were really professional in this one. And then we see Charlotte Flair just walking out as if it was a draw. Great match and a great way to get us excited about the pay-per-view. Was the match itself the biggest talking point on Twitter? Not necessarily. It was the cheeks. Then we saw a 5-on-5 men's traditional Survivor Series elimination match. The bell rings, Owens is fired up, and then leaves the arena. He gets counted out, and he's eliminated. Oh my god, the great when she's going to AEW. Just a Survivor Series, she was like, you know what, I need to be in the AEW right now. I'm not in WWE. But he didn't do anything shocking. Just like he said, he's a bad human being. Now many people do have a problem with this match, and I'll get to that a little bit later. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I've seen people complaining that the crowd chanted, "This is awesome." Sure, some booking decisions were kinda questionable, but the match itself was really good. This match potentially made Jeff Hardy into a main eventer again. The second man to get eliminated was Baron Corbin with a coup de grace. Then Lashley applied the Hurt Lock to Woods, and Woods got eliminated. We saw a big brawl between Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. These two have history, and they fought outside of the ring. So guess what? Both of them got counted out, therefore eliminated. That's the biggest problem people have with this match. Way too many countouts. Sure, it's not ideal, but I look at wrestling a bit differently. Yes, the ideal scenario is for everyone to get eliminated, and now it's up to team captains. Captain of Team Raw and Captain of Team SmackDown. But that's boring. That's expected. Let's just appreciate that every year, after so many Survivor Series matches, it's still a bit different. Then we saw a Bro Kick and Finn Balor got eliminated. One of the biggest highlights of the match was Jeff Hardy and Sheamus working together, even though they had very, rough history. I don't know what's worse, the fact that Sheamus made him pee on SmackDown, or the fact that he had to taste it himself. They have a lot of history with piss is what I'm trying to say. So they worked together, which was kinda bizarre, but then Sheamus got eliminated. He checked on Jeff Hardy. Are you okay? And then of course he betrays him. And then it's Jeff Hardy versus Seth Rollins and Austin Theory. Jeff eliminates Theory with a Swanton Bomb. And then we saw one of the absolute dream matches in Jeff Hardy versus Seth Rollins. This was really entertaining, and this alone makes it into a very good match. I'm not sure why so many people are complaining about this one. The crowd went absolutely wild in this one. People really wanted to see Jeff Hardy winning. It's one of these matches that makes you into a fan instead of a critic. At that point, I don't care what makes sense booking wise. I'm a fan. I want to see Jeff Hardy winning because we love Jeff Hardy. Everyone loves Hardy. Hardy is bae. And it did seem like Jeff Hardy is about to win the match. We see a twist of fate, and he goes for a Swanton Bomb. Crowd goes nuts, but of course, Seth gets his knees up, and then we see a curb stomp. Seth Rollins wins the match. I wouldn't complain, but it was kind of a bittersweet. So Team Raw wins this match. Does it even matter? I didn't even keep count on how many points Raw got or how many points SmackDown got. Does it even matter? WWE didn't even mention it, I think. We wanted to see a Jeff Hardy push. And after this match, I would be pretty shocked if Jeff Hardy is not gonna get into a serious rivalry, because this made Jeff Hardy look like an absolute superstar. The funniest segment with the egg was Vince McMahon basically telling Roman how, your cousin, The Rock, he gave it to me. It's worth $100 million. And our boy Roman says, that's as much as my next contract. That's how you negotiate. We saw a 25-man dual-branded battle royal. Yeah, 25, Rock, whatever, pizza, lots of pizza. This was a sponsorship match. One of the most goofy matches I've seen in a while. Definitely the lowest part of the show. Omos won. If you care, Omos won. He wanted some pizza, but the Street Profits got the upper hand and then, gave people some pizza. And I'm not even jealous. I had pizza myself. Raw Tag Champs versus SmackDown Tag Champs. RK Bro versus Usos was a really, really good match. Our boy Randy Orton broke the record for most pay-per-view matches in WWE history. We love Randy. We stan Randy. Randy is bae. So this was a nice match, and obviously the highlight was the finish. Uso went for the Uso splash. He was targeting Riddle, but then Randy Orton out of nowhere with a catching RKO on top of Riddle. Unbelievable, and of course they won the match. It's one of these rare cases where a catching RKO, a mid-air RKO, makes sense. Most of the time, doesn't matter what the opponent is doing, he's kind of going like this, catch me. It doesn't make any sense, but this time it's kinda logical, which makes it into one of the best RKOs of all time in my opinion. Women's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match was a big disappointment in my opinion. Yet people are gonna love this one, because it kinda made sense. But it was one of the most boring Survivor Series matches we've seen in recent memory. There's not a single, that I can think of, memorable spot. I just think the booking of this match was really, really generic and simple. Carmella gets eliminated because she focused on her mask. Storm eliminates Vega. Then Liv eliminates Storm. Banks eliminates Liv. Baszler eliminates Ripley. Sasha Banks doesn't get along with anyone, the teammates had enough and Sasha Banks got eliminated. She got counted out. Then Belair eliminates Natalya, Baszler. It was Shotzi versus Belair in the end, and of course Belair takes the W, the sole survivor. She eliminated the most people in the match, and it's a great comeback. I mean, that's the only positive thing I can say about this match. It told a great story from Bianca Belair's perspective. She was the last one on Team Raw, she eliminated a bunch of people and won the match, even though she lost her championship in like a few seconds. So that was a decent comeback story. And in the main event, we saw the WWE Champion Big E versus WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, a match that completely exceeded my expectations. Did I think it's gonna be a bad match? Not at all. I just didn't think it could live up to AJ Styles versus Brock, Brock versus Daniel, Reigns versus Drew, but this was, I would say, just as good. I'm actually pretty surprised that this match didn't end in some kind of a no contest. I was 100% sure that Brock Lesnar is gonna make his return. That was actually my prediction. I also thought the Usos and the New Day are going to interfere, but that didn't happen, which is something I'm very thankful for. It's rare that WWE actually have people winning, and this was a great match. I mean, Big E even kicked out of a spear. That middle rope spear looked more scary than ever, and I guess after Big E kicked out of a spear, people were expecting a better finish, and you can tell because when we got the finish, people just didn't know how to react. We saw a Superman punch outside of the ring. Roman puts Big E in the ring. Big E quickly stands up and goes for the big ending. Roman reverses it, kicks Big E in the injured leg, big spear, and Roman wins the match. I think it was pretty good, but what kinda ruined it is the fact that we barely got any reaction, which is kinda weird because for the majority of the match, people were really into this one. So Roman wins the match, no Brock, no Rock, just Roman smiling with a big cup. So, Survivor Series 2021 was not a paper that gave us a bunch of great moments or anything to look forward to, but wrestling itself was really entertaining. And sometimes, maybe that's all we need. Maybe it didn't necessarily feel like one of the biggest WWE pay-per-views of the year, but the build didn't give us high expectations anyway. So that was your Survivor Series 2021. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.